treasure that God has put in earthly vessels. 1 John 4:4. Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome, hallelujah, them, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Then he went on to go. A reverend preach, Brother Paul, letters to all who's at Rome. 8:31 Romans. How shall we say to these things? Ah, if God be for us, who can be against us? We have the indwelling presence of God. Paul says in our text, we are troubled on every side. Paul said, when I look to the left, there is trouble. When I look to the right, there is trouble. When I look in front of me, there is trouble. When I look in the back of me, there is trouble. Paul says, we are troubled on every side, but we are not distressed. Because we still have hope, and our hope is in Jesus Christ. I have discovered that you don't have to find trouble because trouble will find you. Ain't it amazing how trouble will drive down your street, back up in your driveway, getting out of his vehicle and walk right into your house without even knocking. You don't have to find trouble because trouble will find you. And the second thing I notice about trouble is that God does his best work in the midst of trouble. Oh, can I call on tonight a few biblical witnesses? I feel like preaching tonight. Well, here comes Moses. I hear Moses saying, minister, I had a watery grave in front of me. I had Pharaoh behind me. And God told me to stretch out my rod. And when I stretched out my rod, he came down and put the wind in a full Nelson and made a freeway right down my Red Sea. God does some of his best work in the midst of trouble. Oh, who do I see now? A minister. Here comes the three Hebrew boys. I hear the Hebrew boys saying, well, minister, Nebuchadnezzar threw us into a fiery furnace. But when Nebuchadnezzar failed to realize is that Jesus is a present help in the time of trouble. He came and showed up as a firefighter. He took the flames out of the fire and he turned the furnace into a fellowship hall. God does some of his best work in the middle of our troubles. See, some of y'all still want to argue with me. Uh, Let me tell you, when I was in Good Samaritan Hospital, and the doctor said they had did all they can do. They called my family to my bedside and said, it won't be long now. Hallelujah. She got a transition tonight. Glory be to God. But while I was in my sick room, Jesus showed up and showed out. They said I was going to need a ventilator to breathe, but God had me on his personal ventilator. Glory be to God. And here I am, 4 years later. I don't look like what I've been through. Well, wait a minute. Here comes Daniel. Well, I hear Daniel say, well, minister, they threw me in the lion's den for praying, but the king set me free. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Glory be to God. Oh, God showed up. He does some of his best work. I might be struggling, but I'm still here. I might be struggling, but I'm still winning. Wait a minute now. I see the woman with the issue of blood. She had plenty of trouble. 12 long years of trouble. She had spent all she had on her earthly doctors, and none of them could do her any good. But one day she heard that Jesus was passing by, and she said, if I could just press my way, hallelujah, I need to know